Good evening and welcome to the Sports Break right here on Positively Osceola. We are joined by five fabulous gentlemen from right around this area who are continuing their sports and football career onto the next level. And between Coach EJ White right here and we got some of the other players too. We're going to talk to all you guys here in a few minutes. But how are we all doing right now?
Good.
We good? We good? You guys up there are Monmouth College, so it's a little chillier up there than it is here, and you guys are an hour behind us, so a little earlier. But we're gonna get into some football here. We're gonna get into the season, how things are shaping up with you guys, and want to just really put a spotlight on you guys. All being from Osceola County, moved on to the next level, and just doing some cool stuff. So we think it's real awesome. And thank you all for taking the time and doing this with us. All right. We're going to roll our sports intro here in just a second, and we'll get this going. All right. So, hey, why don't we go ahead and introduce ourselves? Just go, say your name, your position, and what school you're from here in Osceola County. We'll start with you, EJ.
So, Coach EJ White from St. Cloud High School, graduate of 2009. I'm the quarterbacks and receivers coach currently at Monmouth College. It's a D3 school out in Midwest Illinois.
Caleb?
Caleb Endicott. I went to St. Cloud High School. I play outside linebacker.
TJ?
TJ Schroeder, went to Harmony High School, played offensive line for Coach Simon. Yeah.
Nice. Brendon?
My name is Brendon Frontanes from City of Life Christian Academy, running back.
My name is Joshua Melendez, City of Life Christian Academy. I'm a wide receiver.
So all of you guys from right here, three players. Now you guys, all four of you players, you guys are freshmen, right? Freshmen just getting up there. You said you were there for about 2 months already, so just kind of getting the swing of things. But kick things off, EJ, man, we'll talk with you. It's been a while since I've seen you, man. I was a freshman. You were a senior there. That's what I'm saying. Let's go back to 2008. You just mentioned earlier you saw a memory, and we'll let you share that one. But you're on the team for St. Cloud district champs. You guys were pretty good. EJ White, I don't know if you guys knew this. This man on his senior season threw for 2,719 yards, 23 touchdowns. That's 247, about 250 yards per game. So they were slinging the rock around back then. And your quarterback rating was over 100. You were like 103, something like that. Now, if Max Preps is correct, man, EJ, you was out there killing it. Well, what's it like to, from going from being a player here, really a star, somebody a lot of the people, fans, family loved watching, and now to be able to come back to where your roots are and be recruiting players? What's that change like, and how awesome is it?
Yeah, so I think the big thing for me is just remembering when I played here, all the talent that was around the county. There were a ton of guys at the time from Harmony, from Osceola, from St. Cloud that could have played at the next level, and a lot of them didn't make it out, whether it be for whatever reasons. But most of the time it seems like it's an under-recruited area. So I think one of the big things for us is, I love to come back and find all the talent we can in Osceola County. But at the same time, we know we're getting steals with our guys here, because we know the guys are getting under-recruited a little more in that area than they do in other parts of Florida. So they're really doing me a service by us being able to get these guys up here. But, the big thing for me is I remember when I was in high school, Coach Nichols helped me get my scholarship when I went to college. He's the head coach at Osceola now. He was at Liberty at the time. I've known Coach Simon since he's taken the job. He's a great person, easy to talk to, always allows you into his office. You can sit in there and have a conversation with him for a while. I've known Coach Smart for probably a decade now. And then same thing with Coach Trost, where over at City of Life, I've known him since probably 15 years at this point. It's been a while. So, having those relationships with those guys and knowing what kind of great football coaches they are, but they're all even better men, and even Coach Lennox is the DC at Osceola. He was the DC at St. Cloud when I was there. So just having those kind of relationships with those guys and knowing that they're going to give us the type of kid that we're looking for. And then we know the talent that's in the county.
100%. You told me that you had, like, when you first got to Monmouth, you guys had about 8 kids from Florida. Now you got up in the 30s. So I feel like you have your hand a little bit in that, knowing, speaking of the under-recruited area, you guys getting to come in here and pick some real great talent. Speaking of great talent, man, we got you 4 guys, man. We definitely want to just congratulate you, first of all, because you guys done it, made it to the next level, and that's something a lot of people dream of doing. I mean, that alone in itself is great. How's the season been going? I mean, any of the players you could talk, EJ, you could talk too about how the season. You told me the season did get canceled because of you know what. So just talk a little bit how it's been for you guys, EJ, and then maybe some of the players. You guys can chime in and let us know how the season's been for y'all.
Yeah, so for a coaching standpoint, it's really trying to figure out ways, because we're going small groups, trying to figure out ways to get our guys the most out of us being in a small group. So all our young guys, so all 4 of these guys are all in lifting 4 days a week. We're practicing 3 days a week. We're doing non-contact right now, though. You know, the big goal for us is to be able to hopefully play in the spring. You know, and it all depends on a lot of different factors, but us staying safe and, you know, showing that we've done a great job and have great things in place for us to stay preventative from people getting COVID, I think is a big thing for us. But, you know, these guys probably have a different experience because it's nothing like they've done in spring ball or in fall practices. And, you know, we're hopeful for a game, but there's no guarantee. So,
yeah, I mean, TJ, talk about it a little bit. When you being one of the guys on the line, you know, obviously you gotta love the game, being down there in the trenches. You know, having a season canceled is one thing, but, you know, what are you trying to do to kind of stay motivated, and how excited are you to get back out there on the field?
I mean, it's still great to go out there and learn the plays and get to know your teammates and do it safely during this time. I'm just glad we're able to do something like this. And able to still lift and keep going, because I mean, a lot of people are shut down, so it's not like, you know, they can go out and do that. And I'm just grateful we're able to do that in general. So
yeah, I mean, obviously playing games would be the number one thing that you would want to do to kind of get more experience, things like this. But how much do you think it's helping? Do you think it's helping you guys at all? Maybe getting a year to kind of get that camaraderie together? You think it's going to make a big impact when you step on the field next year?
yeah, I think it will help. Just being able to be out there and like getting all the plays down and being with the team, making those bonds and everything, I think it's great. So even with the circumstances, we're making the best of it, and that's what you can really do. So
that's what it's all about, bro. So I know obviously it's disappointing, but you know what I mean? You do what you can. You got to try to get better each and every day, and that's all you can do. And some things that are out of your control, those are out of your control. So I like that, man. That's awesome. Joshua, you know, you're one of the guys from City of Life, you and Brendon both. You had a huge season your senior year, man. It was like 1,200 yards. You put up 14 touchdowns. That's like 147 yards a game at receiver. So, EJ, I know you was looking at that when you were looking at this guy. Those are some big numbers, man. I mean, what's the biggest difference you've seen so far kind of going into college versus the high school environment for you?
Yeah, for sure. It's like, for me, I mean, other than like the COVID and, you know, what everyone's going through, you know, social distancing, wearing masks,
Right.
I guess like everyone here is like, you know, everyone's good. You're not the only team. You're everyone's hungry, so like, you know, even sometimes when there's no practice, there's always like, you know, people that knock on our door. The quarterback comes by, like, yo, we're gonna be working outside, and then so that's been probably my thing. Everyone's good. You know, it's not just one guy that someone's depending on. So.
Yeah, that's perfect. It's all about team, bro. I mean, we know football coach. I mean, you know, it's everybody's got to do their job. Every man's got their job. They got to do it. And I think that's the same kind of way in the offseason here. If all of you guys are doing your job and you're doing your part, right, Josh? I mean, you say, hey, look, you know, if this is where lifting, if it's lifting, if you're out on the field running routes, getting the timing down, you take care of all those little things. I mean, you know, it's going to really pay off when you guys get on that field. So you think you're going to have some crisp routes. You think you're going to have the system down. You know, Coach White's going to have you guys ready to go by the time that next season does come around and you can strap the pads on.
Oh yeah, I'm working on my routes and my craft, so I should be ready.
I bet, man. That's awesome. That's awesome. Hey, look, Brendon, you're sitting right next to him. You guys are roommates over there, right?
Sir.
So City of Life, from City of Life up there to Illinois, you guys are still kind of sticking together. That's pretty cool, man. How awesome is that to have one of your buddies that kind of went through the high school experience with you now joining you here in college?
It's really awesome because we both were, uncomfortable how we were going to be going out, state and stuff, but at least we had each other, so we trust the process and just went for it. And right now, it's been a blessing because not a lot of people from a small school like us get to go to the next level. So
I think it comes back to just recruiting too. I mean, especially if you guys go out there and you guys can show out there on your first year. I mean, it does speak to like what you were saying, EJ. There's so much talent here in Osceola County. I mean, you look at all the schools, there is a lot of talent to go around. So it's just finding it. And you guys getting the opportunity to go up there. How excited are you guys to have the opportunity to play college football, Josh and Brendon?
Very.
Yeah, we hear some pictures. We got some pictures of you guys too. You can keep talking while we look through the pictures.
Yeah, we're very excited, like especially moving on to the next level. Like high school, it was all about who could be the best on each team and who could fight for a spot. Right. Now it's like a lot harder because everyone's equally. So and we're as good as our weakest link. So
100%. So I know you guys are staying together. You guys have to be your own kind of, they say police the locker room kind of thing, but you have a lot of time on your hands being that you're not, in the games and it's not a full blown season traveling and all that stuff. So you guys are probably doing what you can, even being young guys on the team. I'm sure you have some other freshmen there. That's the challenge, bro. I know you guys are going through a challenge for sure. Caleb, man. I mean, it's cold up there. You got 72 tackles down here in the warm weather. You're gonna go up there. They say when snow comes, because look, y'all been up there for 2 months. You haven't seen much, right? You told me. But as soon as that snow comes down, I've never, of course, played in a snow game. But Caleb, can you imagine what that's gonna be like? They say the defense has all the fun when the snow does come down because nobody wants to play offense in the snow. You're gonna be out there just banging around. You excited about that at all, or what are you thinking?
I mean, snow, not really my thing. I'm not a big guy for the cold, but I feel like it'll be kind of similar to when we play in a big rainy game and the ball's falling on the ground a lot, lots of turnovers, makes the game more interesting on the other side of the ball.
Definitely. How do you think your progression's been going since you got up there? I mean, and through the off season too. I know you guys been working all off season and for the last 2 months.
It's actually changed a lot for me. I came up here. I'm kind of playing a different position from senior year. I played in the middle. This year I'm playing out kind of as a hybrid. Nice. So it's changed a lot from having to work inside the box to more coverage, more speed work, more just becoming almost more of a defensive back.
Yeah, you definitely got to kind of play it's almost like you're playing all the positions because you're right up there. When a run play comes, you got to be sticking your nose in there, and pass play, like you said, drop back. So are you excited for that challenge? It sounds like a big one.
I am. Junior year, I did get to play some coverage, but I never really got to senior year. So I'm glad to be able to get out there again and play with the ball.
Oh, we're excited about it. And we're just excited for all you guys for sure. I mean, being in the position and the time of your life right now that you guys are in. There we go. We got somebody cutting up there. That's Josh, right? Over there on one of his thousands of yards carrying over. But yeah, that's awesome. EJ, just kind of tell us real quick, kind of wrap it up. These guys here that you have on the stream, how excited are you for these 4 particular guys this season?
Yeah, so the big thing for us and, all these guys, we wanted to sign them for a reason, and you kind of already pointed out some of the stats they've done, but when you see it on the football field and then when you talk to them in person, you realize why you want those kids on your campus. But the big thing for them that kind of gives them an advantage as opposed to other freshman classes is they get a year to learn, They're not forced to play in a scout team or they're not forced to trying to memorize a playbook within the first 2 weeks. We've taken it much slower. We're not even through the playbook yet, and we're only in October. So, with our guys, it's just giving them the ability to slowly understand what we're trying to accomplish, understand formations, concepts. And I'm sure TJ's been running around on a lot of screens lately. Probably not something that he does. But, we're putting him out on the edge a lot. But there's a lot of rules and things that are a little different than in high school. It's a little more complex, complicated. So hopefully these guys get that stepping stone to understand this stuff. So then when the time does come.
Absolutely. You guys are going to be ready for it. Look at EJ there. That was the picture I saw. All-decade team right there. Look at that. That was like a football card right there. That's awesome stuff. But, hey, listen, guys, to you, all the players, you have guys that are, in playing right now in high school. Fortunately, they got a few games. Some of them are actually getting to play a season. What kind of advice would you give them, and being that you have made it to the next level, anything that, being that you've been through the process of being recruited, playing and the whole thing, what kind of advice could you give to somebody that maybe is trying to do what you guys have accomplished and making it to the next level? Any one of you guys can answer. Not all at the same time.
I mean, I'd say kind of every offer is an offer. I mean, I know I sat there for a while and thought I was going to get a bunch of bigger offers. I got a couple, but I mean, go where you find home pretty much. I mean, I came here and I love it now, and it's perfect. Another opportunity.
TJ, what about you, bro?
I would just say go enjoy it. Because from my last senior year, I didn't get to play, had my injury. Just enjoy it, take advantage of it. A lot of people aren't able to do it, and also stay organized. That's one thing I've learned up here. Make sure you're on top of your stuff because it'll pay off when you get here. Or anywhere. So yeah, that's what I have to say.
Josh and Brendon, y'all want to add anything, man? You over there in a muscle shirt, bro. I see you with the just flexing on it.
I would say keep up with your academics because that's a lot. Like, it means a lot, especially if you want playing time and all that. And just working on your craft, even though, like, things may turn out because of this COVID-19 happening. And, just keep practicing and keep doing your best every single game.
Smart.
Yeah, and pretty much hard work, and hard work pays off. And then tell your coaches right away. If you want to play to the next level. So yeah,
that's awesome.
You want to go hard, yeah.
Yeah, bro. You go as hard as you can. 100% effort on every play. You know what I mean? And that's what gets you where you guys are at. I want to say too, I know what it's like to go to college, thinking maybe, did you guys know that you weren't going to have a season when you first got recruited, EJ? Or was that like something happened later?
That came for us in late June, I believe, is when we finally came down with that. Yeah, TJ and Caleb were already signed by that point. Josh and Brendon actually were pretty late. They came in the summer, checked out the school, and there was nobody really on campus at the time because of everything going on. So they might have had an idea.
Yeah, I know what it's like to go. I went to Florida Tech, and the first year we didn't have a thing. It was a brand new program, so we didn't have a season. So I know what it's like to go out there. I know I've been in your shoes where you're working, you're lifting, you're doing all these, all the drills. You're trying to get better, and you still don't get to go out there and shine there on a Saturday night, which you haven't really got the chance to even play on Saturday night yet, really, under the lights. So, I respect you guys for sure. And I'm excited to see once we get through this and we get some more progression through this year, how you guys are going to go out on the field. EJ, you said if you guys were playing this year, you guys were probably going to be conference favorites to win the conference. You still feel like that?
Yeah, we'd be one of the favorites, but you still got to show up each and every game. Last year we played a couple close games that were 3 points and 2 points in a game, so one went to overtime. So it's being the favorite's one thing, but you got to show up each and every week. Otherwise, you won't be the favorite very long.
Right. Hey, I respect the hustle guys out of all you, and again, appreciate y'all for coming on here and just 5 Osceola guys who have gone to Illinois now, and it's just insane. It's a great story to have y'all coming back here together, and that y'all have a little, kind of a community. You brought Osceola County back up to Illinois, and here you are, roommates over here and hanging out together. So it's really cool to see that, and we definitely, again, appreciate you coming on here and taking the time. Is there anything that y'all would want to add to anybody who might be cheering you guys on or whatnot? Anything you want to say before we take off?
You guys can say hi to mom and dad if you want.
I know my mom's watching, so.
I don't really want
I know they're watching, so.
So that's awesome, guys. Well, hey, we appreciate it again so much. Thank you, and best of luck to you the rest of the season. We're going to keep checking in with you guys for sure. And we look forward to following you all through your career, and we want to make this more of a regular thing, right? Just bringing guys from all over the country that have gone to school. So this is the first time we've done it. So thanks for being the pioneers there for that. And EJ, thanks for reaching out to us with the idea too. That was a few weeks ago. He came on there, but oh look, here we go. Hang on, we got to show this one. There we go. Hi, Mom. That's awesome. Cool. Well, hey, appreciate you guys again. Thanks so much, and hey, enjoy your night. We appreciate it. Positively Osceola Sports Break. We are making a positive difference in and around Osceola County.